Well, welcome back to Dunkirk Dunes. So this is Operation Viking. We're on to U.S.-China turn 2, and here we go. So U.S. had 53 to spend, and I'm going to spend 51 of it. I'm spending 28 to advance my tech for 4, and then 2 bombers for 24. That's 28. And then I'm spending let's see, whatever that is, 23 on a carrier and a transport. And then I'm going to have 2 left over. I'm going to carry over. China had 16 to spend. I'm going to spend 15 of it on 5 guys. Save 1. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do China first. It's just going to be easier that way, and it doesn't really matter. Turn order right now. So what I'm going to do is combat moves guy from Suyan, and then the fighter is going to come into Hopei to see if we can knock that one Japanese guy off. And then, so this will be a little interesting. We'll see how this goes. But I'm going to bring in artillery and a guy from Shenxi, and then everything else from Sichuan is going to slide over to attack Quichao. And I'm not actually planning to take it. I'm just planning to weed that down a little bit, some of those Japanese ground units. So that's it for China. So we can go ahead and roll that. Maybe we'll do Quichao first because I have all of this already laid out on the dice. There are 7 at 1 for an artillery, 1 for a guy bumped up, and then 1 for my Chinese light tank. So I'll go ahead and put the die tree there. So there are 5 units in Quichao, Japanese. Let's see how many I can hit. Okay, I got 3 of them. Okay, so I think we're going to take out 3 of these there, but he is going to get to roll. So he's got 5 at 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at 2. 5 at 2. Okay, he also got 3 hits. So I'm going to take out 1, 2, 3 of my Chinese guys, and then I'm going to go ahead and retreat back here into Shenxi because some of my stuff came from Shenxi, so that's the way we're going to do that. Okay, and then the battle for Hopei. We'll see if I get lucky here. So I have a 1 and my fighter at a 3, and I guess I could roll this all together. Defender is at 2. Okay, I got the hit, and he missed. My infantry actually hit. So that guy's going to come off. We're going to take that Japanese control marker off. We'll move Japan down to 32. We'll move China up to 6. And then the fighter is going to go back and land. I'll land him here in Shenxi. And then I can go ahead and place my 5 new units. And I'm going to go ahead and place those in Shenxi, I think is what I want to do. Okay, I think that's it for China. Okay, so U.S. not at war yet. It's a bunch of non-combat moves, so go ahead and get started here. The destroyer and sub, they're in 41, are going to move into 42. The sub-cruiser, destroyer, and transport with the 2 infantry there are going to move 1, 2, into 42 as well. So all of these US ships here are in 42. Okay. Let's see. So this bomber here that's on Wake Island, he's going to be an air transport. He's going to go to Midway, and he's going to bring this one guy with him. Okay. And then the fleet here that's in 31 is also going to move up to 25, right adjacent to Midway. And the planes that are here on Wake Island are also flying up to Midway. And then the transport here that's 26, Hawaii, he's going to also go up to 25, and he's going to bring the infantry and artillery that are on Hawaii. He's going to bring those up to Midway. The transport that's here in C Zone 10 is going to come 1, 2, 3 over to C Zone 25, and he'll bring a tank and an infantry. The strategic bomber here that's in San Francisco, he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, land in Midway, and he's going to be an air transport. He's going to bring 2. Actually, I can only bring... I can't bring all of those, can I? Let me pause this, think about it. Okay, I just realized I can only non-combat 2 guys into a territory with an air transport, and so I can't. Right now I've brought 3. So instead of doing that, what I'm going to do is this air transport who came from San Francisco, he's going to come here to Hawaii instead. That's what he's going to do. Okay. And then the other one that I have on the other side of the board here, the one here in Eastern US, he's going to grab 1 guy. He's going to go 1 into Central, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, land in Midway. If I can get him to stay up. And he's bringing 1 guy. And so each of these air transports has just brought 1 guy each. So I think that's legal, I do believe. Okay. Now the other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to move the infantry and artillery that are in Central. I'm going to just walk them over to the other side of the board. They're going to go into Western US. Okay. The fighter that's right here in Eastern is going to fly 1 into Central, 2, 3. He's just going to hang out here in C Zone 10 till the carrier shows up. And then I don't know that I've ever seen this done before, but it's, you know, why not do something different? So I'm going to take my cruiser and my transport. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, all the way up into C Zone 121. That is a U.S. territory, Greenland, and so I'm going to land on there. I believe I can do that, even though I'm not at war yet. It is a U.S. territory. I think I can move up to the C zone that's adjacent to my U.S. territory. If not, we can double check the rules and he can come back, but I think I can do that. Okay. I think that's about what we've got here. I've moved most everything I wanted to move, so we can just place new units. I'm going to build my 2 strategic bombers here in eastern US, and I'm going to build my transport and my carrier over here in Sea Zone 10. The fighter there will land on that carrier. And I think that basically does it. Let's go ahead and do recap. So Western US, I've got 3 mechs, 2 anti-aircraft guns, an infantry, and an artillery. Sea Zone 10, I've got a transport, a carrier, with a fighter on it. Hawaii, I've got 2 infantry, a fighter, and an air transport. Midway Island, I've got 4 infantry, a tank, and an artillery, a fighter, a tactical bomber, and 2 air transports. In Sea Zone, so that's Sea Zone 25, I've got a carrier with 2 fighters, I've got 2 transports, a battleship, a cruiser, and a destroyer. Coming down here, so Philippines, I've got 2 infantry and a fighter. Sea Zone 42, I've got 2 subs, 1 transport, 2 destroyers, and a cruiser. And all the way over here, eastern US, I've got 2 anti-aircraft guns, a mechanized infantry, 2 strategic bombers, and in Sea Zone 121, I've got a transport and a cruiser, and on Greenland, I have an infantry and an artillery. Quick recap here I'll do for China. China, I've got 1 infantry in Hopei, and I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 infantry in Shenxi, an artillery, a Chinese light tank, and my flying tigers. All that's in Shenxi. So US is still at 52, plus the 2 that I carried over. So that's going to give them 54 for next turn. So let's see, 20, 30, 40. Let's make sure we're counting right here. I can't count. Okay, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 53, 54. There we go. Okay. And China is just on 6 on the income tracker. They had 1 that they carried over. They don't get any bonus. So what they're going to have is 7 for next turn. So there's 7 for China. I think that's it. Thanks for watching. On to UK.